everyone. Welcome to the B-Side Breakdown. My name is Brett Johnson, and I am your host. This is episode 29 of a podcast where I talk with other artists, musicians, and songwriters about a song they've written that's meaningful to them, that they want to talk about, get deep into the why behind it, and can give me permission to play it in its entirety for you on this episode. So today, I get to talk with the band Via Sky about their song Lullaby. So let's get into it. Here is the song Lullaby by Via Sky. All right, and that was Lullaby by Via Sky. We're going to take a quick break and we'll come back and talk with Rich, Nick, and David in just a bit, so stay with us. All right, and we're back. So let's bring in Nick, Rich, and David to talk about the song Lullaby by their band Via Sky. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking some time today to chat with me about the song.
Thank you, man. We really appreciate that.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. I'm super stoked to get to know you guys a bit and hear more about your band. I got referred to you guys by a good friend of mine and really liked the song Lullaby. When I first put it on, it was not what I was expecting because I can't tell you I had any expectations of it, since submissions I get for this podcast really are all across stylistic spectrums, and it was just really fun to hear it because it's just heavy and awesome, and it reminds me of so many of favorite bands I've had across the years, and kind of a mix of things, but it doesn't sound like any one thing, which I also thought was great. But besides my gushing on your song, which I always love to do, would love to hear about it from you guys. Tell me about the song Lullaby. How did that come together? Why is this one meaningful to y'all?
Well, First and foremost, I appreciate everything you just said, man. That means the world to us. We're happy to be doing this. Yeah, man. So our really good friend, our mutual friend Dan Garland, actually hit us up one day. And he's like, "Hey guys, I really want to write a song with you guys." And we were like, "Yeah, likewise, man." So he one day wrote the hook of the song. It was the chorus, right? And he sent it over to us, and we thought it sounded amazing, right? And he's like, "I want to see what y'all can do with it." And we're like, Absolutely, man." And our routine is we just work Tuesday through Saturday and stuff. So then Sundays and Mondays, we've kind of just sacrificed everything and just spent all day grinding it out, usually Sundays. So Rich and I, or we ate KFC and then we're like, all right, well, we got nothing else going on. So let's go ahead and, let's go ahead and just see what we can do with the song. And like within 2 hours, we cranked it out, man.
Nice.
We had that muscle work of just kind of producing and everything.
Sure.
Yeah, man. So we heard that chorus, right? And we're like, so I wanted to go ahead and bring in a bunch of influences like Hans Zimmer cinematic influences, right?
Yep.
I've always wanted that in my music. And then also just some EDM elements as well. Like in that verse, you can hear with like the sidechain compression, just kind of a bouncy EDM type stuff. I
Sure.
love bringing all that in. It's really bass heavy and it brings out this giant ambience and stuff. I've always wanted that with a sound, right? And then we brought it in with like, and then I basically wrote the instrumental, the verse. I really wanted it to complement Rich's brutal vocals because he always had this signature sound, I always thought, right? And I just really wanted to bring in the eight string and utilize the chugging, right? So I mean, I'm really inspired by Meshuggah too with their eight string and stuff. So I
Yep.
really wanted to bring that back. Well, not bring it back. A lot of bands do a lot of drop tuning, right? But
Sure.
what a lot of bands do is they kind of just get like a six or seven string and they just kind of tune down. But I really wanted to utilize the chugging with the eight string and just with that crunchy, like really distorted tone. Really wanted that. And then it just kind of segued into this powerful chorus, right? And that's where Dan came in. It just all kind of coalesced and worked together. And yeah, man, it really came together nicely, man. And like I said, Rich and I like wrote that 2 hours. Then we went on a few Zoom meetings like later that like I think that following Tuesday night with Dan. We just kind of used what tools we had, man. And Dan's all the way in LA, we're all
Yep.
the way in Nashville. So what we did was we just kind of said, all right, well, we used the audio that the best we could with Zoom and just wrote melodies and it all just kind of came together. We put our brains together with lyrics and all melody. And
Yeah, we were super complimented, with Dan like coming out of the woodwork saying, hey, you guys are working really hard. And I think you guys are really good songwriters. I have this idea and it's kind of, congruent with how everybody's been feeling about the world recently, and just in a common way. And so he shot us over the words and the melody that he had in mind, and we wrote a whole instrumental around that whole chorus in 2 hours. And he was like, "Okay, you guys didn't even give me a chance to come out to Nashville and help you guys." So, but he was crazy impressed, and then I don't know if you know, but we ended up ended up being on an Octane test drive. So it's just been kind of a wild ride since Lullaby's come out,
No,
So
that's awesome. So, oh, go ahead.
yeah.
Oh, my bad. That's my bad, brother. I was just saying, like, we haven't even played a show yet.
Wow, got it. Got it. So, okay, then that brings up a whole boatload of questions then. So, all right, what's the instrumentation? Nick, what do you play?
Guitars and vocals, clean vocals.
Okay, Rich?
I'm the one who sings the RAR.
Got it. There's David, what do you do?
Yeah, at least drums for me. So drums.
Drums. Okay. And so, Rich, so I heard two different flavors of RAR in there, and they were very distinct sounding voices. You do both?
I do all the
Like all the scream, like the super
Yep.
heavy, that's
Yep.
all you? Because
That's all me.
that
Yeah.
was cool, man. I mean, so I just got to give you just some, respect on that, because that is something that is not an easy thing to learn if you don't know how to do it. And the fact that you can do it in different sort of voicings is super awesome. So I just wanted to commend you on that because it was really fun to hear. I was like, wait a minute, is there two different guys doing that? Because that doesn't sound like the same kind of thing. But anyway, that was awesome.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, for sure. Good for y'all for yeah, Dan's a great dude, and known him a while, and he's such a sweetheart of a guy, and he's such a talented man. I'm glad that he's reached out and worked with you on this. So some of my listeners don't know, are probably of the mindset that when you think of Minneapolis, everybody thinks of either Little House on the Prairie or Prince. Whereas in Nashville, everybody thinks of country. So no one expects this necessarily coming out of Nashville. And to me, I know Nashville's got an extensive music scene, and it's across every genre you can imagine. And it's not just country. But what are you guys all from Nashville, or did you all come to Nashville for different reasons, or how did you guys meet?
Well, I'm actually from California.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was born in San Francisco Bay Area, but I lived in the LA area for a long time, and I had a feeling that a lot of music scene was moving over to Nashville,
Mm-hmm.
and I followed a lead, and this might sound weird, but um, in my head it was like go to Nashville, and I went to Nashville. I literally picked up everything I had and bought out of my lease and came out to Nashville. And I felt like I was going to find amazing musicians out here in Nashville and start the dream project.
Yep.
And and that was about a little over 3 years ago when I did that. So and here we are. I found David first, and David knew Nick, and we all just kind of through a little bit of trial and error. We were working with a different project before, but then we all separated and decided to start Via Sky. So yeah, so I'm originally from
Yep.
California.
I was
Got
going to say, yeah, to answer the core question there, I'm born and raised in Nashville as well.
Okay.
I'm from here, and Nick's from Kentucky. So
Got it.
got a couple different states coming together.
That's cool. No, it's cool that you guys all came together in Nashville and found each other and were able to kind of make this all happen. And it's also fun to hear, something that that you got legs on this and you haven't played a show yet. So that to me is also, just pretty cool, that just the process of your creative process and the fact of, just a drive and a work ethic to get things done, get them out and get them out there for other people to hear, just regardless, is creating these opportunities for you, which is super cool to hear. But on the show tip, is there a show booked? Do you have any plans of performing this? Is there a record, or is this the first song?
Yeah. So if I can take this one, we've got a lot more music on the way for sure. To dive too much into what to expect that way, but we do have a lot of more stuff we're working on musically as far as releases and potentially doing more collections, more EPs, maybe even a full length at some point in the future. But for right now, it's mainly focused on writing. And then when it comes to the show side of things, we're definitely going to be looking into booking and kind of branching out into that framework. We all play individually for separate things here and there. So we're still getting time on stage. We're still getting our reps in. But for this project, the focus was to really get the musical identity developed and down so we can grow and make sure we know what we're doing on the writing level. And then branch out and bring in that show component, because there's so many amazing musicians and bands that you can really get your chops down by playing live consistently, but maybe they're not spending as much time in the writing game. And we know that music is really the quality of the music and the sound and what you're able to do there creatively can really propel or decide, be a deciding factor on what your band's career looks like. So for us, it was just a cognitive choice to decide to focus more on the writing and the production of the music. And then when we get to the stage we're at now, kind of refocusing that to branch out into the live music scene. So like I said, we all have our experience there, but we're looking into that stuff now. We're getting that underway, and hopefully soon we'll be able to have some shows on the way, as well as rolling out these new songs we're working on.
Exceptional answer. next thing that I'm inclined to think is that you have ideas about. I just don't imagine you guys are going to be a t-shirt and jeans with sneakers standard rock band. I imagine there's a coordinated visual element that's going to go along with this, and a theatrical aesthetic that would be there live as well. And I could be completely wrong on that, but I'm interested. Is that, are you thinking about things like that? I hope
Yeah,
so, but
to a degree, we definitely. I mean,
sure.
we're not we're not gonna go too crazy, but we do have a vision for the visual identity of the project and how it's going to be reflected through the sound.
Cool.
So making sure we curate that identity to match the music and make it all one collective package that people can really buy into when they're listening to the music. They can come to a show and expect to see that replicated through a performance and through a visual aesthetic and an interpretation of that music. We definitely want to make sure that's on pat, but with us too, it's really just, I mean, the music comes from us as people and our own identities. So it's not really much of us creating an identity, more than just kind of going through the stage of how to authentically reveal that identity to the public. So when we get that down and what that looks like for us and how we authentically do that, we'll definitely be able to kind of hopefully level up the way that's going to look. And we're excited about that undertaking. We've been kind of going back and forth about what that's going to look like. So that creative process is underway.
Nice. Cool. So then on the production end of this, so it sounds like Dan said, "Hey, I got this chorus. You should check it out." And you all are like, "Cool, we're going to write everything around it." And it came together in 2 hours. Then you had some back and forth working sessions to kind of tie up some other stuff. Where did this actually get tracked? I mean, is this all, I mean, I'm well versed and understand, when COVID hit, everybody figured out Pro Tools Reaper or, Logic or something and figured out how to record from their house. Is this something that you did, or did you go into a specific studio to track this song?
Yeah, literally, man. It was just in a townhome over here in South Nashville, dude. Yeah. So a little background on me.
Yeah.
I got a music degree in college, bachelor's degree in music. Then after that, I went to a sound school called Blackbird here in Nashville. So what they did is they kind of showed us the ropes of just kind of operating the mixing board. But then I kind of, after I graduated from there, I had Ableton. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and get really good at that. Really experimented with a lot of, I was really influenced by a lot of EDM, like Illenium and stuff, really like that heartfelt, somber pop, essentially, heavy EDM stuff. So, I mean, I just kind of worked that muscle over the years, and then I just kind of took what I had and just started buying more plugins and stuff, and just getting really exceptional plugins that create the bigger sound and stuff. And we just made it in my apartment, man. So I produce all the stuff here in Nashville in my apartment. Rich comes over, we lay down the vocals. One of our really good buddies does the final mixing and stuff, and we'll go with. He's actually our band member, as a matter of fact.
He joined in as he's either our second guitar player now.
Yeah, and he's also exceptional at everything he does, man. It's insane. But yeah, so we just kind of, it's just kind of like I lay down the demo here. Rich records. I record the vocals here. And then we just kind of, when we go to finally mix with everything, we sit down and we have, a bunch of his plugins and have his producer ear, and we just kind of lay down some stuff and just kind of have it all come together. So yeah, man, it also saves a lot of money too, which is crazy. So in a way, it was kind of investment from the beginning a few years ago when with the music degree and just the sound engineering degree, it kind of saved a lot of money looking back at it. But yeah, that's how we operate.
Nice. No, I get it. And also, you say you live in an apartment?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
That's awesome. Your neighbors must be pissed, because just imagine recording vocals and just what that must be like. But no, that's awesome, because I live in an apartment, and yeah, sure, when I get too loud, it's I hear about it. But no, that's great. That's great that you have all of that resourcefulness and availability of those tools to kind of do everything you guys need with it. That's really cool. So when is this okay? So say again, where did this end up? It's an Octane what?
Oh, Sirius XM Octane.
Okay, got it. So it's on there, but is it formally released? Like, can I go buy this?
Yeah. It's been released for about a little under a month now.
Okay.
And then it made its way on Sirius XM Octane Test Drive. And we're just kind of waiting to see if it's going to be put on full rotation or not. Yeah, so that's kind of where it stands right now with this song.
Got it. So that's what Octane Test Drive is. Just saying, I got a new vehicle and it recently came with some Sirius XM stuff, and I've never been a Sirius XM person. So trying to figure that one out. So now I know what to go listen to find new music. If you're willing to share, how did you facilitate that? Is it just an open thing that they have where like, yeah, if you want to send us your song, send it here, and then if we like it, we'll play it? Or was there some other formal connection?
No, it's 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 not that simple. So I guess I'll just tell kind of the story. I'm good friends with a lot of people in the industry. And we all have a common bond. And so I was actually backstage at Louder Than Life a couple years ago, and I met the one of the directors of Octane, and I knew who he was. And anyway, he asked me if I was in a band, and I was like, "Yeah, my band's named Via Sky." Like I wasn't like, "Oh, you got to listen to it," you know. I didn't I didn't go, "Oh, please listen to my band."
Right.
But so the next day I was backstage, hanging out with some of my good friends in the band Gavin Dance, watching them play. And he comes and taps me on the shoulder. He's like, "Hey dude, I listened to your band. You guys are really, really good." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Is this really happening right now?"
That's cool.
And like,
Yeah.
you know, the head of Octane, which is a really big deal, listened to our band. And so he friended us on Instagram, and he's been watching us for the last year, and we haven't really talked or anything like that. And then we had this song, and I told Nick, I was like, I'll know when it's time to reach out and just, you know, because I mean, I personally feel like, you know, you don't make any, like, what is it? You don't make the shots you don't take.
You miss 100%.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Yeah.
For sure.
So I just reached out to him and said, "Hey man, we got this song." He's like, "Cool. When's it come out?" And it's like November 4th, I think. Or no, it wasn't November 4th. October something.
It was late. It was a late October.
Yeah. Or no, it was early October.
Was it?
Oh. Yeah, October 4th or something. And
right.
And he goes, and I don't hear from him again. And then the night before, he emails us and goes, "Hey man, I want to play this tomorrow on Octane Test Drive. It'd kind of be a world premiere. And I know it doesn't come out till later in the night, but would you be okay with that?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Right.
I don't see a problem with that. I think that'll be fine. So
no, that's amazing. Right
yeah.
on. Good for you. That is cool to hear. That, yeah, and you know, right. I mean, that's how that's how everything works all the time. It's just, you know, it's that met the right people at the right time in the right place with the right preparation, you know, and that's quote unquote luck. But good for you for having all that ready to go. That's super awesome.
I mean, that's how I define luck is, you know, when preparation meets opportunity.
Likewise. Absolutely. All day. I get that.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Is there anything more specifically about the song itself, lyrics, instrumentation, or anything specifically any of y'all want to share?
I think it's just kind of a state of the world, man. Just the world's. I feel like everyone's going through a lot of hardship right now, and that's like literally everybody, right? And the anxieties facing the uncertainty of what's to come.
Yep.
I think really we're all just kind of feeling that. We really wanted to just kind of make an anthem that kind of sings to that, and just, you know, and our primary purpose as a band is just to kind of guide the world, help, just be a voice and say you're not alone, guide people through hardship, no matter what it is, right? Whether it's state of the world or whether it's your own personal issues, right? So yeah, and you know, just bringing the thunder with Rich's vocals and like the drop tune guitars of David's awesome drumming, man. We just really wanted to, yeah, man. It just felt right, you know, and it just kind of felt like it was time to do something a little bit, you know, different, you know. So
yeah, I mean, we just I mean, like, look, I mean, all songwriting is great, and you know, there's, you know, some songs about breakups and all the stuff, and I just feel like it's overdone. And I personally believe that music can shape culture, you know, and so I think we just wanted to kind of like say, hey, we're with you, we understand, you know, through
Yeah.
form of song. So, you know, we're feeling it too. So, you know.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Thanks for the added context. I mean, the general vibe I get from you guys is one of, frankly, gratitude and humility anyway. And that's really encouraging to hear, particularly with any new artist that's coming out with something as kind of polished and cool as you have right there, you know? And so, I mean, I, for one, am excited to hear more of it. But no, thank you for giving me that. All right, well, let's do this. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and find out what you guys are working on next and go from there. Is that cool?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, and I'm back with Nick, Rich, and David from Via Sky. We were talking about their song Lullaby. Guys, thank you so much again for taking the time today to talk with me about the song, your band, how it came together, just your process. It's always so much fun to hear, like the 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 tangling, you know, balls of yarn that become like how these stories come together, and it's just fun to see how they take shape. But tell me about what do you guys coming up next? I know you're talking about writing a bunch of stuff, but I think you just mentioned that you got a new song out as well. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we actually just released a new single 3 days ago called Treason. And it's featuring one of our good friends, and he's also a semi-member of the band. His name's Luke Shoemaker,
Okay.
and he's featuring he's singing the chorus of it. So it was a collaboration. We all wrote it together, and it's a really amazing song. I personally think if you like Lullaby, I feel like it's probably the best thing we've written so far. Um, as I mean, you know, maybe a lot of bands say that, but you know, but I really personally do. It's definitely it's the new sound that we've kind of developed over the course of putting out music over the last year. So yeah.
No, that's great. So you have, and again, what's it called? Treason?
Yep.
Treason. Okay, got it. So Lullaby and Treason, you have two singles out. Treason's the latest one. Where can I go listen to it? Is it on all the streaming platforms? Can I buy it off
Yeah.
Bandcamp? Where can I get it?
Man, it's Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, you name it, man. We I'd say Spotify's the best one to go to. I mean, if not, Apple Music's always good. You know,
Okay.
YouTube. Yeah. Those are the main three though: YouTube, Apple, and Spotify.
We're actually dropping the official music video in a couple of days on Thursday for it. Yeah. We have a lyric video out currently for it, but we're dropping like the actual official music video on YouTube and on Thursday night.
Awesome. Awesome. And I guess I didn't ask that or I missed it about Lullaby. Was there a music video for that too? Is that out there?
Yeah, that's also on YouTube as well.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Got it. So do you have a place? I'm totally respect that out on streaming services and want people to go to Spotify. Totally understand that. But at the same time, do you have a Bandcamp page where people could buy the download digitally if they wanted to, like on Bandcamp Fridays where you would get all the money? Like, do you have
We
a
do
place where people
not.
can get it? Okay.
Yeah, we don't have that. We probably should actually, but
I know that it is on iTunes. People can buy our stuff on iTunes if they wanted to.
Okay.
Um,
Got it.
iTunes, Amazon Music is going to be on there as well. I'll say in the future, you know, that's something we've looked into is potentially doing a Bandcamp. We might even do. There's some other services that are doing kind of like timed window drops where it's first available to people who pay, and then it goes to all streaming platforms. Like we've discussed that, but at the moment it's just those general ones that everyone else is on.
Sure. Okay, cool. Got it. So then when anyone's looking to catch up and stay in the loop on all things Via Sky, where's the best place for them to go? Do you got viasky.band or a website, or is it just Instagram, or where's the best place?
yeah, so it's Instagram or TikTok, definitely. Instagram would probably be our most professional thing that we have going on currently. Um, we have talked about making a dedicated website to the band as well. But for now, Instagram is definitely our go-to platform.
Sure. Okay, cool. Well, I'll make sure to include a link to it in everything that I put out to promote this episode. So all those who are listening know where to go, catch up, and get more information about you guys. But again, I want to thank all three of you for taking the time today to come and talk about the song Lullaby. Look forward to hearing Treason. And yeah, man, I just wish you guys all the luck and success in the world and look forward to seeing the video in the next few days.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Three Crows Club presents B-side breakdown. Get out. People call me Danny. Walking around the clock, but the pocket feels so empty. Not big deal, it's all real. I'm not pretending. Welcome to the South Boy reality they're making. First rule.
All right, and that wraps up another episode of the B-Side Breakdown. I want to thank Rich, Nick, and David from Via Sky for coming on to talk about their song Lullaby. In the background, you're hearing the song South Side by the band Hotbox. If you dig what you hear, please go back and listen to the previous episode, because that episode was all about it. I also want to thank Adam Coulong and Carrie Bozel for helping me put together the jingle you hear at the beginning and the end of this episode. Up next, we have the song Perfect Hit by the band Bandages, and I'll be talking with Shannon Wilson about that. I'll give you a taste of that here at the end of this episode. Please subscribe to this podcast wherever you get your podcasts. I can't thank you enough for your continued support. Stay safe out there, and we'll catch up on the next one. Thanks.